Hi guys, it's Barb from Barb's Country Creations. I'm down here. I wanted to make sure you had a good view of the project and not me. Okay, so today what I am doing is an experiment. I thought about this last night when I couldn't sleep. Okay, oh, you're a little crooked. Let's fix you. All right, so this is kind of something that, as you know, my Etsy shop says, my imagination comes to life. So this is what happens when I can't sleep, and this is what I'm thinking of. All right, so what I'm going to use is a 14-inch wire frame from the Dollar Tree. Okay, guys, so what I did is I took pipe cleaners and I put them on. If you can see, they go onto every 2 rails. So 2 rails, so one on, all right? And then what you're going to do is once you have them tied, you're going to lay it flat, and that's where your next one's going to go. So about every 5 inches, you're going to have a pipe cleaner. Okay, and then again you do that on the 2 inside rails. So the only thing is nothing in the center. It's just the 2 outside and the 2 inside. Okay, so you do that the whole way around. It gives you about 17 twist ties. Okay, now my next thing is I'm going to glue these a little bit because they tend to slide. So let's just go ahead and glue them a little bit. All right. I was waiting for my glue to dry. So they tend to slide, so we're going to go ahead and just put a little bit of glue on them and not my finger. Okay, just a little bit, just to keep it from sliding, because they will slide. And if you don't have hot glue, that's okay. Just try to make sure you keep them 5 inches apart. Okay, so let's let that dry. Let me pull this one up before it ends up glued to my table. Hot mess, hot mess. Alright, so of course you'll have glue strings. So just take them off like you do anything else. Just trying to make sure any glue that drips gets taken off of the table. Because we don't want to be spinning around and getting stuck. Right? All right, so I hope everyone's doing well today. I'm doing pretty good. Rough night again, like I said, no sleep, but when I don't sleep, the imagination goes. All right, so now my next thing I'm going to try, like I said, this is an experiment, is, oh my God, burlap. I couldn't think of it. It's burlap, all right? So this one is, I forget how long it is. It's a little bit bigger than this one. I think this one is 20, let me see. Yeah, 20 inches long by 10 yards, all right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of let that flop. Now, if a lot of you guys, if you have lung issues, asthma, whatever, I do suggest you wear a mask because the fibers from the burlap do get in your lungs. That's why I don't work with it a whole lot, all right? So what we're gonna do is let's get a zip tie here, since this is a thicker. All right, so I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna crunch it up like this, just like that, okay? Make a big old wad in your hand. And then I'm going to take and I'm going to zip tie that in right on the inside. Make sure your zip tie is the right way. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get a hold of the zip tie. Get that in there. All right, make sure you keep yourself crinkled up. Pull it as tight as you can, and then you're going to cut that zip tie off. Okay, like so. Make sure you cut it pretty low so you don't get scratched on it. And then we're going to need a couple more. So I would suggest to have 4 zip ties handy. We may only use 2, but we never know, we may use 4. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to measure on the inside loops 8 inches, on the outside loops 10 inches, okay? So what I mean by loops is this, all right? So you're going to measure from, let me see, we're going to measure from this tie right here. All right, so measure this tie and you're going to go 8 inches, which is exactly what I have. Okay, and you're going to pop that right down into that pipe cleaner. And you're going to pull tight and twist a couple times. And when you're done, when you put that in, all you got to do is fluff it a little bit. It's kind of the same concept as what you would do with mesh, but we're using burlap instead, all right? But like I said, it's a little bit different. So now our next one, I want to come down to this down here. So I want to go 10 inches, okay? Since we're traveling a little bit more distance. So you go from this pipe cleaner to your next one, all right? But you want to measure 10 inches, and then you just want to take this and put it in your zip tie, or in your pipe cleaner, sorry, not your zip tie. All right, so we're going to do this up and down, okay? So inside, outside, outside, all right? Ooh. Fibers in the eye. Okay, tell you to be careful, and then I do it. All right, so then we're going to do, I guess we're going to have to start with do 10, because since we're going to zigzag, it's going to be 10 inches. Like I said, it's experimental. And if we like it when we're done, hey, we're good. So you're going to leave this pipe cleaner out of it, and we're going to put this one in it, okay? Pull nice and tight. Okay, so you have a zip tie or a pipe cleaner hanging out there, okay? Same thing, you're going to measure 10 inches and go to the outside loop, which would be this one here. Because you're skipping this one and going to this one, all right? Them out like you would your mesh. Fluff them out. Okay. 10 inches again. And another thing is, if you don't have a, there it is. If you don't have a board like I do right here, I'll give you a quick little tip on what your 5 inches is, okay? Or your 10 inches. So say you don't have a board to measure like I am, you just take your burlap or mesh, whatever you're using, okay? And every 2, so this one to this one would be 10 inches. So you just measure over 10 inches, okay? Like I said, skip. Right. Skip the 10 inches. Look guys, we're right back to where we started. Put that one in there, just like so. Okay. Nice and tight. Now you want the thicker burlap. You do not want the thin burlap, okay? Because the thin burlap, you'll see through it, and you don't want that. Okay. So here are our black poofs. So we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to cut these off. Cut this off now, because we're going to start our red one. All right? So we're going to cut this off right here. Right next to the nail stem. Okay. And then let's pick this up. All right, so there is, so it should look like this. All right, so you still have cleaners hanging out. Okay. Oh. I got some in my eyes, guys. Alright. Let's get the red one on. Now this one's a little bit shorter. This one's a 14 inch, not a 20-inch. It's a little bit shorter. That's okay, we can work with it. Not a big deal because it's thick, so we can work with it. Alright, so now we're going to need our zip tie again. Okay. I'm going to crinkle it up. Don't cut the edge because the edge is already sewn and sealed. If you cut the edge, it'll fray. So that's why you got to watch this inside part because it'll fray. Alright, so don't cut the edge. So now we're going to take this one. I'm going to start on the outside. Okay, so I'm going to lift this one up. Wait a minute. Like I said, experiment, guys. Please be patient. Something didn't work. In, out, in, out, in. There should be an out. In. Yeah, this one should have been an out, not an in. Alright. Kind of messed up right there. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to put this one in here. It's going to be a little off, but like I said, it's an experiment. Alright, so let's put our zip tie in here. Secure our piece in there. Cut it off. Alright, and let's start it on up. So we're going to start with this one here. Okay. Start with this one here, do 10 inches, 18, perfect, 10 inches, and we're going to start right here. Why don't we start here? Okay, and then we're going to go to the next one. Crisscross it. Sorry about that. Okay, crisscross it. Do the same thing. Take it from the inside to the outside. Okay. Crisscross. Go ahead and put it in that zip tie. Okay, same thing. So we end up may having some extra zip ties, guys. Or not zip ties. Twist ties, pipe cleaners, because since I'm crisscrossing it, I'm not really using every single one of them. But we could put, if we want to, we could use just a plain burlap and put it in here also. Or I have some off-white burlap that we can weave in to the other sides, to the other ones. Like I said, this is just an experiment. May have to tweak it a little bit and change it for the next one. Okay, so you're going to bring this one down and up. Ouch. Cut my fingernail. Just a hot mess today. Bring it up. Put it in this one. Okay. Okay, and then we're back to where we started. So let's bring us down here. And I'm going to zip tie this one in down here. I'm going to zip tie it on top of the other one. Okay? Maybe not. I think I might just put it in with this other one. Okay, just gonna kind of cup them in together. Alright, then we're gonna cut it off. Cut it off as close to the pipe cleaner as you can. It. Okay, and let's just roll this up. Okay, now that we got this fluffed up, and what I did is I tucked the beginning roll into this one, so then that way it's not too big. So what do y'all think? Not too shabby, huh? Not too shabby. So I have one one, two, I have 3, 4, looks like. I have 4 twisties that don't have anything. So let me see if I grab my off-white and it's smaller, if we can weave just a little bit of that in there, just to make a little bit of a difference. Okay. Okay, so I have this one here. This one's a smaller one. Okay, and let's see, 10. This is a 6-inch. So maybe instead of weaving it in, since they're pretty far apart, I think what I might do is just cut it about let's try 30 inches long, okay? And what we're gonna do is we're just going to crinkle it like this. Okay, try to keep it even. Just like you would with a mesh. Okay. And then we're going to take it, so it looks like this right now, like a little bow tie looking thing, okay? And then I'm going to take that and I'm going to stick it right here in one of the unoccupied pipe cleaners, okay? Alright, stick that in there and we'll twist tie it, and then we're just going to kind of fluff it up, like so. Spread it out. And it's going to kind of hang out right there. Alright, so we're going to do the next one, 30 inches. to tuck that part in where you cut them so it doesn't fray, because the more you play, the more you fray when it comes to the ends of mesh or burlap. Alright, so we do this one. Again, find your empty one, which is right, my other one's right here. Okay. We're going to slide this guy right on in there. And then fluff them out. Just like so. See? Alright, so it's just going to add a little bit of the white in there, but not like a bright white, it's just an off-white. So let's find our next one, which is over here. I have one on the inside here. Okay, so let's do 2 more, it looks like. One. Nope, it's right here. So we're going to put this one in here. Fluff it out. Okay. Let's put another one. So I think what I'm going to do, if I decide to do this, try to attempt it again, I guess we should say. There's one here I got to do. Is, I think what I would do is just put a zip tie on every spot that it's welded together at, top and bottom. I have a cat trying to sneak in here. That's a big fat no. My kids just come home and left my door open, so the cat's trying to sneak in here. I think that's what I would do. I would do just where these bars are, and that would be it. She's back. Oh, gonna sneeze again. Excuse me. Like I said, it's the burlap fibers. They do fly through the air. So if you have asthma, any trouble breathing or anything, please, by all means, please wear a mask. Okay, I think I'm going to put one more in here somewhere. Let me see. That one's taken. That one's taken. Yeah. I think I might feed it right in here. Okay, just put it right there. So there's 2 of them in the center, not just one. Guys, I ordered my burlap from Amazon. Oh my, and the ribbons we'll be using, one came from Deco Exchange, which I'll put the link in there, my affiliate link, so you have it. One came from Deco Exchange, and the other ones came from Barb's Country Creations. Nah, I don't want to put it in that one. Let's do this one over here. Let's do this one. Okay, I'm going to toss this little bugger in here. Just to kind of ink even it out a little bit so we have more than one white one in the center. Okay, so there we go. Just add a little bit of the white in there. No rhyme, no reason, just because we have some extra ties in there. All right, so now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put our sign in, which is this. This sign is also available at barbscountrycreations.com. Okay, so let's figure out where we want our sign. Do we want it here? Do we want it sideways? How about we put it right across here? Right across the top. All right, so what we're going to do, and what I did with the sign is, I put some of these, I cut up some foam, all right, the little decorative foam stuff. I cut that up, so then that way when I stapled my pipe cleaner, it did not go through and poke through the sign, okay? So that way your staple doesn't come through the sign. So that's what I did, and then I just glued them a little bit just so they stay on, all right? So let's go ahead, we're gonna feed it through, and it's hard to feed through the burlap, so if you can just get in between a loop, that would work. Okay, like this one here, I'm gonna try to sneak in behind it and down through it. Usually with the mesh, we feed it through the mesh, but burlap's a little harder to do that with. So, I would just suggest don't fight it. Just kind of slide it through. All right, so let's get one of these tied first, just to hold it in place. Okay. Now you don't want to tie it extremely tight. You can always tighten it up some more, because you want to be able to kind of move it around to where you want it. Okay, and you just kind of twist it around the frame so it stays. Okay, let's twist this one. See, you just kind of want to go in between the loops of the burlap. Because like I said, it's too hard to go through the burlap, especially since this is a thicker burlap. Okay, and like I said, we're just going to twist the pipe cleaner around your frame. So your sign stays firm. Okay, and last but not least. Okay, again, through it. Okay. And like I said, don't pull them too tight, because then you smush your creation there. Okay, there we go. So that's what we have now. Okay? Alright, so now let's cut our ribbon tails. So for the ribbon tails, we are going to use ladybugs. Okay, this you can also get at decoexchange.com. And I think I'm going to do, let's see, what am I going to do? Red or black? Or let's do the ladybugs, and let's do some of this. Alright, I think this would look good with it. It's kind of country, it's kind of rustic, and that's what the burlap is, right? Country and rustic. Alright, so I have myself a little board here, alright, and it's marked 10 inches and 12 inches. You can get this from Hot Mesh Mom. I believe that's where I got it. Yep, hotmeshmom.com. Alright, so I am going to cut these 12 inches, alright. So let's go ahead. So you put it on the 12-inch mark, and you just wrap it around. If you don't have one of these and you can't, you know, really get the extras, go ahead and just cut a piece of cardboard, guys. Alright, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2. Let's do 10, because I did not count how many I would need. So let's just cut 10. Oh, I got this one in my hand. And if I need some more, I'll go for it. Alright, so here let's show you what I mean by... So the pipe cleaners we have sitting out. Alright. Alright, so once you cut that up the center, you just dovetail them, fold it, and cut from the folded edge to the free edge. Again, make sure all of them are up top. Cut from the folded edge to the free edge in a diagonal shape. Okay? And there is one set of ribbon tails. Alright, let's count these real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We need 13. Okay? So I need 3 more. And take it to the 12, 2, 3 more. Okay, like I said, let's cut our dovetail, folded edge to the free edge. Folded edge to the free edge. Okay, it's one set of tails, and then we're going to do our next one, which is the ladybug. Okay, so we cut 13 of the first ones, so we're going to need 13 of the second ones. Okay, still at 12 inches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right. Put that down there because we're done with that. Again, from the folded edge to the free edge if you want to dovetail it. If you don't want them dovetailed, you can just cut them, you know, leave them straight across. Or you can cut them, you know, just on a diagonal. You don't have to fold it. But that's totally up to you which way you want to do your tails. You do not have to dovetail them. Just remember, you don't have to do exactly what I do. You can change it up. You can use a different theme. If you don't want to use burlap, you can use mesh. Or you can even probably use some fabric. Because I'm thinking about trying to do one with fabric next. So that's, if y'all don't mind me experimenting, why not, right? Okay, so let's get our tails on. So what we're going to do is we're going to set our tails over here. Okay, there's our sign. So we're going to take this and this. Alright, we're going to put the ladybug on the top for the first one. Okay, then what you do is you fold them in half. Like so. So then you have a little crease right here where you folded it. And then you're just going to kind of pinch. Pinch, pinch, pinch until you got the two sides together. Then you're going to kind of bend them This is why wired ribbon is very important. You bend it like so, kind of looks like a bird, and then you're going to go ahead and you're going to stick it in your wire ties or your chenille stems. Okay? And when you're all done, you just spread them out a little bit. You don't need it to go too far. Whoops, and that's what it looks like. Okay? You see that, guys? I'm going to go ahead and just keep going around. Alright, so you're going to do all the chenille stems that you have. Oop, this one's going to fall out. Didn't twist that one tight enough. Okay, again, just stick it in your pipe cleaner. Twist it a few times. And then you're just going to spread it apart a little bit. Like I said, just a little bit. You don't need, you know, one way over here and one way over here. Just a little bit of each. Alright, so we're going to keep on going. You can either go along with me, or if you're just watching just to see for an idea, you can fast forward me to the next part. Alright, so let's do the next one here. Now you know what, I'm not gonna, well, yeah, I'm gonna have to do this one, but it's gonna have to get moved up. Okay. Let's keep going all the way around. This white one's a little bit harder to see, so I gotta lift it up because of the way the thing is. Now once you hang it, of course, it, you know, it'll lay better. But being that it's on the table, it's a little bit harder. Okay? It'll touch the table. Okay, so I'm almost done with the first row, as we call the bottom row, and then we're going to go ahead and move to the top one here. Okay. Now when you're all done, you can cut your chenille stems, your pipe cleaners off, okay? But I don't do it till the very, very end, when I'm all done, right before I take my pictures and put it online. And the nice thing too with the wire, you can turn your little edges in so they're not poking straight out. Turn your edges in. Okay, got one more here. And the next thing we'll move on to is the bow after we get all of our tails in. Okay. Alright, so let's get these ones in. Okay. Now I'm going to put the bow here, so I'm not going to put one here because we're going to put the bow here. Okay? We're going to put one here. Now I try not to use the same ribbon for my ribbon tails all the time as my bow, because then you don't know what part's ribbon tails and what's part's bow when you're looking at your, people are looking at your product, and sometimes it just makes it look overcrowded. So I do kind of try to change it up a little bit just so we don't have a whole lot of overcrowding. Alright, and again, just kind of turn these down like so they're not sticking up. And I have two more left. I'm going to put one there because I don't like it being bald right there, and we're going to put the other one in, if I can find the little guy here. Where are you? Right here. Alright, and then we're going to have them come poking out. Okay? Sometimes it's better just to do your ribbon tails before you put your sign on. But then you end up with too many ribbon tails because you take them out because they get smashed or they just don't look right. Okay, so we're going to put one here. Right in this one. Just kind of find your stems. Push it down in there. Okay, and then just tuck your stem back up underneath your sign. And then just pull your little guys out, like so. Okay. That way you can see them. And it's not completely bare up at the top. You can put a bow at the top if you want to, but sometimes I find it's too much and then it kind of crowds the sign. But to each their own. You do whatever you like. It's up to you. This is your project also. Okay, so then we're going to do one more up underneath here. Slide them in there. Now, like I said, it's totally up to you. You can put your ribbon tails in before you put your sign on, or you can wait till after. It's totally up to you, whatever you want to do. And then like this one's easy. You do not have to cut it off. You just tuck it in so you don't see your chenille stems. Okay? So then that adds a little more character to the top. You're not bald. We're going to put our bow right here. Let's do that. It's going to be a quick, easy bow. Okay. For those of you who don't know how to make bows by hand, you can purchase one of these at Pro Bow the Hand. I believe this is what they call their 4-in-1. And then she has another larger one. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to use the red and white polka dot and the black and white polka dot. Okay, and I think I probably will put a little bit of the ladybug right on the very top of the bow. Okay, so let's go ahead and make our bow. Again, I'm going to dovetail the ends. You fold it in half lengthwise a little bit at the very end, and then you cut from the folded side to the free edge. So now I'm going to make my tail about 7 inches long. There's measurements on the actual bow maker itself. Okay, I'm going to squinch, pinch, and twist, and put it down in there. Now I took a piece of wire, floral wire, and I stuck it in underneath there, between the two pegs, going in this way, out that way. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead, and we're going to make this about 6 inches wide. So that's a 6-inch loop on each side, which will then make your bow a 12-inch. So it'll be 12 inches across the top of your wreath. Alright, so I'm going to do 2 loops of this. Okay. Okay. Now the only difference is, when you're going to make your tail, you don't twist the last one. Okay? And then you cut that off. Alright, so then let's do a red one. Again, you can find these polka dotted ribbons at barbscountrycreations.com. Alright, so now we're going to do 5 inches. Our next loop will be 5 inches, okay? So then you're going to pinch it together like we did our ribbon tails. And we're going to twist. Okay, and then you're going to go to the 5-inch mark. Stick it through. You're going to twist. Stick it through again. Take to the 5-inch mark and bring it down. Okay. There we go. Go ahead and cut this one. Alright, and then last but not the least, we're going to go ahead and use the ladybug, since I'm only putting 3 ribbons in this. Okay, and then we measure our tail. Go ahead and put her in. Alright, and then you're going to make this 1 loop. Okay, just 1 loop at the top. That's all I'm doing. I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to go ahead and cut the tail. There we go. Okay, so then when you're done doing that, you just pick up your wires. Okay, my wire's a little cutty-wonky. I pulled it too much, so let's get it a little more even. Alright, and then what I do is I just kind of twist it there, push it down, you pull it out, you hold it with your finger and your thumb, and you wrap your wire around. Okay, and then you pinch it at the bottom, and you twist, you hold your wires together and you twist your bow, okay? That makes it nice and tight. Alright, so this is what it looks like. Okay, so then we just fluff it out with our hands, or you can use a fluff box if you have one of those. You can also get one of those at Pro Bow the Hand. Okay. Alright, you just hold the center of your bow while you're fluffing it out, so that holds it. Okay. Now if you don't want your tails all hanging straight down, you can put them up, out to the side, wherever you want to put them. But for this one, I want them straight down. Okay? So we're going to do this. This off to the side. Alright, and we're going to put the bow right here. Okay? So this one, now you got to try to get it through the burlap, which isn't going to be too hard, because it's wire and it's thin. So we just need to get it through the burlap, which will take a minute or so. Once you get yours through, you can go ahead and start trying to tie it off. Okay, and again, take it down, If you don't have floral wire, that's okay. You can use burlap or pipe cleaner for your ribbon, or for your bow, I'm sorry. Okay, and then just, I'm going to twist this my way so I can twist my wire around my frame again. You're going to pull it tight, but not so tight that the bow divots in. Okay, and then just twist it around your wire. Okay, just twist it a few times, and then you're going to cut that off with your wire cutters, and then tuck your wire up in so nobody gets poked by it. Alright guys, and here we just do a little bit of a more fluff because we were just messing around with it. And sometimes it'll get smushed. And here is our finished product, guys. There we go. And then, like I said, all you'd have to do is cut your pipe cleaners off that are sticking up. And here is our finished product. Okay, guys? If you have any questions or comments, please go ahead and leave them on the video. I try to answer them. I will leave in the description where you can find all the materials. And again, I'm Barb from Barb's Country Creations, and if you need any materials or wreath making supplies, go to barbscountrycreations.com. Okay guys, have a great day. Bye-bye.